Welcome back into your favorite podcast featuring your favorite host, Big Hunt. We're here today with touchdown status. We're giving you my favorite week one starts. When we're talking about this, we're not talking about obviously your Justin Jeffersons, your Jamar Chases. We're talking about a little bit somebody who might be sneaking under the crack a little bit. Um, you know, somebody who I'm kind of a fan of this year. And if you're down bad in certain spots and you drafted, you're a little bit light in the running back position, a little bit light in the tight end position, maybe a little bit light in your flex options, you're just somebody I think could help you win week one and get by. So let's walk them through right quick. First one is going to be Jamal Williams. We know Kamar's out. I think Kendre Miller is still dealing with the injury. Something's going on with them. Fire him up. Jamal Williams, we know what Jamal Williams can do. Mr. Touchdown King last year. Fire him up, man. I mean, that's going to be a good offense this year. I really do have high expectations for the Saints offense this year. Just fire him up. Jamal Williams, fire him up. I don't think he's going to disappoint you at all. I think his floor is probably like 11, 12 points. I think he's going to have a touchdown for sure, 60 yards rushing, maybe another two or three catches out the backfield. I think he's going to be very involved in that offense. Fire him up, man. Fire him up. New news is going to be DJ Chark just got ruled out with the injury. I think Adam Thielen could be a sneaky serviceable flex if you needed him to play this week. New offense, yeah. Small quarterback. Bryce Young is about like 5'9", 165 pounds. Now he's like probably like 5'10", 185. I'm just joking. But the dude is when I saw him play in preseason, man, he was getting kind of beat up a little bit. Every time he get touched, he went flying like about 5 yards. But the dude is an incredible talent. He has all things that it takes to be great. And he really does. He's just small. That's the only thing. But Thielen over there, I don't. Who else are you gonna, Terrace Marshall Jr.? Like, who else are we really firing up over there? Miles Sanders, for sure, starting your league. If you have him, you started him. I hope you drafted him to start him. He's gonna be a 3-down back in that offense, especially now that DJ Chark is ruled out. A little bit of a game plan switch there, a little bit maybe. I do think DJ Chark was going to be a decent part of their offense. Adam Thielen's going to pick that up, and they're going to have to lean on Miles Sanders a little bit. Rookie quarterbacks kind of need that running game to help them be a little bit better. And I do think they're going to try to lean on Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders had 1,200 yards last year, guys. And a very good offense over there in the Philadelphia Eagles. Obviously, one of the better O-lines, if not the best O-line. However, 1,200 yards is 1,200 yards, and he was very efficient last year. I like him over there in Carolina. I really do like Miles Sanders. Sneaky good RB2 rolling into the year. I feel like you just put him in your lineup, rock with them every single week. I have him on my team. That's exactly what I'm planning on doing. Very high hopes for Miles Sanders. Moving on. Sneaky flex play or RB2 if you're there's some teams in my league that are, hurting in the RB2 spot. Ramondre is out today. Said personal reasons, but there was some rumors saying he might be dealing with some kind of injuries. So I think Zeke, you fire him up. If Ramondre's out, I think Zeke, you fire him up. I mean, this is, a 2 or 3 time Russian champion. Yes, he's had his better years are behind him, but I think you fire Zeke up, man. I really do. We know Bill likes to run the ball. We know he likes to establish the ground game early and often. Mac Jones is Mac Jones. So I think you fire up Zeke if Ramondre's out. I really do. I'm gonna go ahead and start Zeke, throw him in my starting lineup. If you have to start him at RB2, start him at RB2. You have a flex option. Me personally, I prefer a wide receiver in my flex because I play at PPR. I'd like a wide receiver in the flex, unless it's somebody, they're super pass dependent back like Eckler, but you're not starting Eckler in your flex. He's going to be your RB1 for sure. But somebody with that type of capability of the pass catching out of the backfield with that many targets and usage, that's the only kind of running back style that I would prefer in my flex. But all in all, I want to go wide receivers in my flex. In a PPR league, a high-end wide receiver is just that's where you want to be at. So I think firing Zeke up this week should be good for you. I think it's going to win you a league. I could see 2 touchdowns from Zeke this week. I really could. Granted, I don't know if Pats can move the ball. That's another thing that comes up to mind. Don't know if the Pats can move the ball. But I'll tell you this. Zeke is going to get his touches if Ramondre is out. If Ramondre Stevenson is out, Zeke is going to get touches. And it's going to be a hell of a workload. So fire up Zeke this week in the flex if Ramondre's out. Keep an eye on that one. Next is gonna be one of my favorite players this year. He's actually on the bench in my league. I don't know why. I'm firing up Terry McLaurin. I'm leaving him in my flex all year long, I think, until we see different. But I'm all in on Mr. Sam Howell. I am all in on Sam Howell. The dude is a beast, absolutely monster. I love how he moves in the pocket. I love his timing. I love how he goes through his progression reads. I love everything about Sam Howell. I think he looked incredible in the preseason when he was in. Just incredible player, honestly. And I expect a lot out of him this year. And Terry has been waiting for a QB of his caliber. Terry has never had a QB. Let's be honest, guys. Terry McLaurin has never had a QB. Never. He's produced pretty much every year. Barring injuries, Terry McLaurin could be a sneaky low-end wide receiver one this year if Sam Howell plays the way I think and know Sam Howell could play. So, going into week one, not wasting no time. I'm putting Terry in my starting lineup, and I'm rocking with it. I'm rocking it, man. Next one, let's go Swift. Swift is a guy that you got to think Eagles traded for him for a reason, right? They lost Miles Sanders, didn't want to re-sign him, lost him to free agency. Swift has got to be their guy, right? Like, yeah, they want to go get Rashad Penny, who's going to be good, and they're big on Kenneth Gainwell, but you got to think that somebody with a skill set of Swift is going to get you. Like, they want to go get him for a reason, right? Like let's be honest. You want to go get him for a reason, right? So you go get him for a reason. You're going to use him. You're going to use him, and he's very versatile type of back. One thing that's always been his problem, which y'all know, injuries, man. Injuries. The man is a walking injury. So, with that being said, what do? I'm still firing them up, I think. It's a high-powered offense. I think it was the best offense last year. I think it might be the best again this year. It didn't get worse. Miles Sanders and Swift kind of could be on the same level. Swift might be even a little bit better of a talent, but he could just never stay on the field, so you can't really say that. But I like Swift, man. I do like Swift. But they're gonna have a three-headed monster over there: Gainwell, Penny, and Swift. I think Swift is the better of the three backs, but I do know they like Gainwell a lot. Gainwell should be rostered on your bench. So should Penny. So should Swift. I think I'm starting Swift. Fire him up, man. Screw it. Let's see what happens. It's just week one. Let's fire up Swift. Fire up Swift. Now, on the sit video, we talked about Van Jefferson. Me personally, not firing him up. He's on my sit list. Not a massive fan of Van Jefferson. We've seen what he does when he was the next guy up. Nothing really ever, nothing ever surprised me off the chart. So we're just gonna not going with them. Another start that I had that I think could be very serviceable as well. We talked about having Dalton Schultz sitting in the last video that we did. Dalton Schultz is a sit this week for me in week one. Don't really like the rookie quarterback situation, matchup. I don't really like the whole scenario going on over there in week one with Dalton Schultz. So if you did watch that video and you saw and you couldn't get Juwan Johnson, like I mentioned, you couldn't get who was the other one that I had said? Gerald Everett. You couldn't get any of them guys off waivers. They were already taken. I think Tyler Higbee, if he's still on your waivers, I would go pick him up. We talked about Van. I don't know, I don't think Van's going to be very serviceable. I don't think very highly of him. But Tyler Higbee is, tight ends get that bigger target. Tight ends got that bigger target. Stafford will check the ball down 100 times a game if he needs to, especially with the arthritis in the elbow now. And he doesn't have his number one receiver. So you got to think he's going to be trusting guys a little less than normal. Going to be a little bit more secure with the ball, moving it down the field, probably inching it down the field, not taking as many deep shots. They don't have any really deep weapons. What they have, Tutu Atwell. No one's really. He might be a sneaky play, but I'm not. I'm staying away from Tutu Atwell. I don't name doesn't do anything for me. Tyler Higbee is somebody that I might consider starting. Like I said, I would start him over Dalton Schultz for comparison purposes. I would start him. He's in the same category as your Gerald Everett's this week for me. I just think he has decent matchup in the Seahawks. And I really like the fact that Cup's not in for him and Stafford is yeah. I kind of like that this week. So those are the starts I got for you this week. Obviously, stay tuned. We're gonna continue to come out with the best advice for your fantasy championship run, guys. We are gonna get y'all the fantasy championship this year. We're gonna win it all together. And I'm going back to back, and can't wait to see y'all. What is it, week 16, 15, something like that for the championship? 17? Can't wait. See y'all soon, guys.